I guess the first reason I make these stupid videos is that I think to myself, like, well, every so often, like, a stupid video really does great, you know? Like, Chocolate Rain. The first and stupidest viral video ever. Chocolate Rain. So, but also, like, yeah, it's actually really great. Like, it's not stupid. Stupid is as stupid does, right? Chocolate Rain is like the Forrest Gump of the internet. So, one reason, there's all kind of reasons to press record. Like, you hope you get the gold, but then also we understand that most times when we press record, it's a flop. But you have to press record 10 times to hit the ball. Excuse me. But if you think that's like a steadfast rule, you won't keep swinging. You only have to hit one home run to get home in life. Life is different than the game. You can win a game, you can lose a game, but it's just a game. It represents life, it's similar to life and all that. It's a bit like art, it's a bit like life, and it's also art and life, but not fully. Not like losing a loved one, not like losing a limb. Fight like hell, right? Fight like hell, fight like heaven. Why not fight like heaven? Why is it when we go into war, our elders say to us, fight like hell? Well, that's what their elders told them, you know? But what about fight like heaven? Or fight for heaven? Or be willing to go to hell fighting for heaven? Be willing to be bad enough and brutal enough to protect heaven? That's a, that's an entirely different philosophy. That's not a Stoic philosophy. I guess it's a little bit similar to the Crusades, the Spanish Inquisition, of the old, of the, well, it's not even archaic, the far remote history, right? It's not the far history of Christianity. It's not the far history, it's not the remote history, it's not the near history. It's like this threshold of the last 500-year history, half a millennium. But, well, more than that, but it's culmination. It's culmination. Oh, yeah. Most of the times I make my bad videos, which is most of my videos, like this one, it's because I'm not seeing what I want to see. I'm not hearing what I want to hear in the digital realm, so to speak. Uh, so I'm flabbergasted. I'm already at my wits' end, so to speak. I'm actually in a pretty okay place. Like, even if this is a bad video, like, that doesn't take away the fact that I'm actually in a pretty good place. And because I'm in a pretty good place, I'm willing to make a shitty video. So I have to practice, but I want to catch something beautiful if I can. And I have accidentally caught like kind of beautiful things that came from me. And that's what encourages me to try to make something really beautiful that stands the test of time. Because the really beautiful things that stand the test of time are a special kind of magic. And for whatever reason, that is what I'm interested in. Like the beautiful things that, like the Book of Ruth, or whatever. Anything that has anything to do with Ruth. I knew a girl named Ruth when I was a young man. She was one of the best singers I've ever heard in my whole life, but like, I also lived with her for a little while, and I didn't like it. But I like her. I loved her singing. I did not like living with her. Let's put it this way. One night I was walking down the road with another girl. I was a young man in my early 20s. Might have been about like, yeah, 20, 21, 22. And I was walking a girl home from work. I worked at a toy store at that time, among other things, but and I remember I was like 3 blocks away from my apartment and I heard Ruth laughing in my apartment from 3 blocks away. It killed my date. From 3 blocks away. And actually, it's really funny. If you watch the movie Jumanji, the scene where the elephant is running around a circle, that's exactly where I was. Behind the elephant was my apartment, and just in front of the elephant. So a block in, so like the elephant was in the middle. I was 3 blocks away when I heard Ruth, and that elephant in Jumanji was a block and a half away from where I lived and from where I was standing. And when I was walking down the road, it was like probably less than a decade after that scene was filmed and then later produced CGI or GCI, CGI, computer graphics imaging. Later on with the elephant, but anyway, yeah, right down the road from Pepper Pete, 1990s, 2000, Pepper Pete's art, Pepper Pete's hot sauce, uh, art store and hot sauce store. The only thing I was gonna do was sing a song. God damn it. The only thing I was gonna do was sing a song because I didn't like my algorithm today. I didn't like the zeitgeist of the day. I loved yesterday's zeitgeist. Today's zeitgeist sucked. So I thought I want to try to make something interesting so I can watch something interesting. There's a 9 out of 10 chance that this will not be interesting. But there's a 1 in 10 chance that this will be interesting. So every time I do one of these dumb videos, my bet is that it's worth it because 1 out of 10 of them will be cool, good, or whatever. Something I like, something I want to watch again. Fine. So that's why I howl. Because I think it's interesting and it might be awesome. Sometimes it's awesome. Or if it's not awesome, if like I could do something geeky and kind of sucky, but if you are really really awesome, you'll see the diamond in the rough, you know. You'll see that flare I'm shooting up, like look here, look here, look here, you know. So like even if I make something sucky, I might someday, like I might not get a gazillion subscribers. I might not make any money off the interwebs and the YouTubes. Never mind what's coming with Caffeine AI and the ICP, but I mean, I think that's the way it's going to go. Who knows if it's like some kind of, who knows if it's, you know, AOL or MSN and then they get wiped out or whatever. But like, it's the idea, Caffeine AI and ICP. No, I don't know, man. Dfinity Network and ICP, the way they've decentralized, also pragmatically with their physical world distributed nodes over the globe. It's about as good as you can get because you can't be completely decentralized, nor can you be completely centralized. It's the perfect balance between centralization and decentralization. It's not that you want to be centralized or decentralized. You want a perfectly balanced, centralized, decentralized system that is in constant flux, but that has this healthy rhythm, this this beautiful ebb and flow. I think. I don't know. That's one way of talking about it. What the fuck do I know? But we only tried. Like, I'm not making this because I'm saying it's beautiful, but it might be beautiful. And if not this one, the next one, or the next, or the next one. Maybe, or maybe not, or 100 from now. I'm just going to keep swinging that back, whiff after whiff after whiff after whiff, and then home run. I don't care if I knock it out of the park. I just want to knock it like over the perimeter, right? I want to hit it into the audience, into the ticket holders, into the fans, so that they can keep the ball. But if I did hit it over the park, I guess yeah, if you hit it out of the park, then I guess that means you have eternal bragging rights. Like you become the park becomes you. You become the voice of the park. You are all of a sudden the voice of the people. Who's that remind you of? Just saying, but it might be good. It probably won't, but I'm gonna keep fucking swinging until I die. Even if I'm the worst hitter, I could be the worst hitter in the world. But as long as I swing more times than everybody, by orders of magnitude, I don't take vacations. I don't sit at the poolside. I don't go tanning. As long as I keep swinging that motherfucker, I'm gonna hit that ball one day so fucking hard, even if it's at my last fucking breath, right? Well, that's what I tell myself at night after a couple beers. And then, well, after one glass of wine and one beer, which is an ambiguous measurement, but a heroic, a heroic glass of wine, as they say. I don't know. Maybe I can remind myself. I'm very ashamed of myself. And I have a lot of riches and opportunities. I also have a lot of detriments. I haven't had health insurance for like 25 years now, or 20 years. For 20 years, I haven't had health insurance. Make It makes you think about things very differently. Bang for your buck. But I make a good living. But if I had medical expenses, I'd be wiped out. I actually do have a medical bill I have to pay, or three medical bills that total $7,600, $7,600, which I haven't paid yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to because I was unconscious when I received the treatment. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I didn't consent to it. So what happened is I was taken into custody, so to speak, because my state of being was in question. However, there's nothing to say that if my life had not been impeded upon, I would not have been okay. Like, I understand why my life was impeded upon. At the same time, I also understand that I'm about as, for a weak, pathetic, doughy man, I'm also about as resilient to trauma as one can be. I've been I've been hit very hard. I'm not happy with the way in which I stand here, yet here I stand. So yeah, I was taken into custody, and now I have to pay $7,600. Not sure how I feel about that. I think I should have to pay something. I think $7,600 is too much. I think $760 is appropriate. Because I've blacked out, I've gone unconscious, I've passed out, I've dropped to the ground hundreds of times in my life. I was fine. And for some reason, one day, one person came upon that and invoked. Yeah, then again, maybe I should pay that amount. Or maybe I should pay more. I should pay more, but not to them. I don't know. Oh, or maybe I should pay it and then just raise the awareness of functional alcoholism. Like that particular day wasn't functionally alcoholic, but like I was certainly not my best self, but I don't know. The fucked up thing is like in the middle of the day, you have trannies dressed up like Madonna dancing in the middle of the street, and that's like perfectly fine. That's okay. Nobody gets arrested. Traffic just has to kind of wind around it and avoid it and just whatever, you know. That's cool. But like the old school town drunks, who are actually good people, they were just drunks, you know. The old Catholic drunks. Not me, just I always try to end big. It's actually because I'm just like tired of it, and it's like, well, try something else. Let's get to it already. But what if I slowed it down? I don't know. I'm just trying. It might be the worst thing I ever do. Not great, but okay. Good enough for today.